Mida Multi-Tool is one of my absolute favorite weapons in Destiny's history. It's been one of my favorites in D1 that I use pretty often, and it's still one of my favorites in Destiny 2, in Year 1, and moving forward past that. I love the looks and aesthetics of the weapon, and it gives me this weird kind of nostalgia that reminds me of the DMR from Halo. I love the idea and functionality behind the weapon. Being a utility weapon that's good at most ranges, it gives you a speed boost to take the best angles as quickly as possible, and it's got some great perks that lend towards its consistency, like high cals and being able to see your radar even while you're ADS'd. And it's got an excellent stat package that feels really great to use. You have the speed boost, but on top of it, you have a weapon that feels incredibly snappy and lightweight. I think what has me enjoying the Mida Multi-Tool and the Mida Mini-Tool, which is its partner weapon to pair with it, is the feeling of these weapons. They feel really great to use. The speed boost and the handling feel amazing. As much as it sounds like I just gave you nearly a minute of reasons of why the Mida and Mini-Tool feel so great and are great weapons and have fantastic traits, in this video and this discussion, I'm here to share my thoughts on, is there actually any reason to seriously competitively be using the Mida Multi-Tool and maybe even its partner weapon with it, the Mida Mini-Tool? Is there any reason that I'd want to take this into competitive, or if I'm looking to have the greatest impact possible with my loadout, is there any reason why I should actually choose Mida? As much as I love the weapon and its combo, I really don't think there is a real reason to be using it. Let's start by taking a look at Mida's key perks. It gets the boost to movement speed, which is sprint included, so you do get faster sprint speed. You get radar well ADS. You have high cals, which have been nerfed since Year 1, so they're not quite as strong as they once were. And it has a catalyst, which is outlaw. Now let's compare that to another weapon, Ace of Spades. Ace of Spades is a 140 RPM exotic hand cannon which takes 3 shots to kill to the head for those that don't know. It has a perk of Memento Mori, which essentially gives you kill clip without a timer for 6 bullets until you swap weapons, so kill clip without a timer being its first perk mainly. It gets radar while ADS, it has high cals which haven't been nerfed on Ace of Spades. Ace also gets a Firefly effect on killing targets with a headshot, so they have an AoE blast when you get a headshot, and the second part to the Firefly perk is getting increased reload speed, which by the way is a secret perk which is essentially outlaw. It is the same speed as outlaw. So, we see that we have a lot of perks that are the same as Mida. Not only actually do we have some of the same perks, but we have more. We have a kill clip, which is more impactful in my opinion than a movement speed boost, and we of course do have the Firefly explosions, and a catalyst still coming, even though Ace has the outlaw that Mida has for its catalyst already. I guess you can kind of see where I'm going with this. Ace of Spades has completely power-crept Mida out of the equation in my opinion, but let's dig into this just a little bit further. So a big obvious strength of Mida is the fact that it could be used at pretty long range. It's a scout rifle, and that's undeniable. But the thing is, how many maps actually offer that? As much as there might be maybe a few maps and even some lanes on maps that do kind of facilitate scout usage, I think a lot of people would agree that a hand cannon can be used on most maps in most ranges and engagements. A top competitive hand cannon now, like Ace of Spades or even like Spare Rations, can be used anywhere between 30 to 36, maybe 37 meters. And I'd say that's the majority of engagements on Destiny maps, where hand cannons can be within optimal range or at least still pretty competitive range. Ace of Spades being one of the highest range hand cannons, both because of its stat itself and because of the damage boost, which by proxy increases range performance, is a big problem for Mida. Why would I want to use Mida when I can get a lot of the same perks on Ace, in fact more impactful perks as well, and still have a weapon that's going to be better in the majority of engagements and still be somewhat decently competitive at ranged engagements? The next counterpoint to this argument would be, well, Mida gives you a speed boost. Well, let's talk about how speed boosts stack in Destiny 2 and how they work. Mida Multi-Tool alone gives you +2 mobility, and with Mini-Tool gives you +4 mobility. However, using Mida also gives you a boost to sprint speed. It's worth mentioning though that lightweight archetype weapons do give you a boost to sprint speed as well. And movement exotics like Transversive Steps, Stompies, and Dune Marchers also give you a boost to sprint speed. Hunters also even have nodes on their skill trees that boost sprint speed as well without anything needed, just playing that skill tree. In Destiny 2, stacking 2 sprint speed bonuses or movement bonuses will result in having the highest sprint speed in the game. Stacking 3 will not do anything more. So as much as I can opt in to use Mida for its sprint speed bonus and stack that with something like Stompies on Top Tree Arcstrider, which doesn't have a sprint boost, and get top speed, the thing is, I can use Ace and Recluse, a lightweight weapon, and stack that with Stompies as well, and still get the same sprint speed bonus. In fact, since Spare Rations is a lightweight weapon, I can use Spare Rations and Stompies, or even just Spare Rations and Bottom Tree Arcstrider or Top Tree Night Stalker, which get inherent sprint speed boosts and have top speed already. The point is that Mida is not essential or necessary by any means to be getting the top sprint speed in the game. And this actually segues into our next point pretty well, talking about Mida's partner weapon, the Mida Mini-Tool. Now, if Ace kind of replaces or has powercrept Mida Multi-Tool, then what about the Mida Mini-Tool? Well, we have something for that too. We have the Recluse, which has pretty much powercrept the Mida Mini-Tool, and guess what, can actually be paired with Ace. Like the Mini-Tool, the Recluse is a lightweight SMG, meaning it gives you that +2 mobility and that little bit of a sprint speed bonus. Recluse does have pretty high range for an SMG and it has ricochet rounds to improve that further. I should mention though that the updated Mini-Tool, the Callus Mini-Tool, can roll with higher range if you get the max range variant and ricochet rounds as well, so technically it does have a bit more range. Unfortunately though, the Recluse has powercrept the Mida Mini-Tool because of its perk Master of Arms. It's just too insanely strong. Getting a kill with it or your other weapon, whether that be your other primary or your heavy weapon, will give it a buff for a short period of time, which essentially gives it kill clip damage numbers. But that's not all. It gives it kill clip damage numbers that hit the same to the head or body. So even if you're hitting the body, you will be doing the headshot damage of kill clip, which is insanely strong. What makes matters a bit worse is the fact that the new updated Mida Mini-Tool did not get any lethality perks, no kill clip, no rampage, no swashbuckler, no multi-kill clip, etc., other than Surrounded, which isn't really an easy perk to proc by any means, especially in PvP. And sure, when you use Mida Mini and Mida Multi-Tool together, you get +4 mobility, but it's not like you're not getting any bonus from using just Recluse either. You're still getting +2, and for most people, a lot of people don't really care too much about mobility, but either way, you can still get a bonus from using Recluse. And guess what? Pair that with Ace of Spades, and well, you still have your movement speed bonus. In fact, if you pair Ace of Spades and Recluse with something like Dune Marchers or Stompies or Transversives, you're getting the same sprint speed bonus when you have Recluse out as using Mida and Mida Mini and whatever other sprint speed bonus as well. So in fact, you don't actually have to use Mida at all to be getting top speed and a ton of lethality. Because if we were to compare our loadouts, we have Ace, which has unlimited kill clip, radar wall ADS, firefly explosions, outlaw, high cals still as well. And when we get a kill with Ace, if we need to use close range, well, we have Recluse, which is going to be buffed off of an Ace kill to be insanely strong as well. So if you're looking for a double primary combo, I think Ace and Recluse does everything that the Mida combo does and much, much more. It's just better. And as I've mentioned many times already, it's not like you're missing out on your top speed sprint bonus either, because you'll be getting that with the right skill trees or armor. So now that I've explained why I don't think there's much reason to be using the Mida combo because of Ace and Recluse, let's talk about what could be done to the Mida combo to be worth using and have a unique place in the sandbox. First thing that we could take a look at is the Catalyst. I really think that this was the nail in the coffin for Mida. I think it deserved better than to be a high reload speed weapon that got a perk that improved reload speed. Yes, it does scale to the animation of the weapon and make it insanely quick, but it is such a minuscule difference that I honestly most of the time don't know when I have it or not. Simply changing the Catalyst to something like maybe Kill Clip or Rampage or Multi-Kill Clip or Unflinching or Icarus, something unique that provides another degree of consistency to Mida would really help it. And as much as I know the Mida Catalyst is pretty difficult to get, and maybe that's why or part of the reason they made it such a minuscule bonus, I'd be perfectly alright if it was just easier overall to obtain through the glory playlists or whatever we're calling it now, so that more people could get it, for it to have a more powerful catalyst that made it something better. The catalyst is such a shame, and I think what really spits on Mida the most is the fact that Ace has that as a hidden perk already without a catalyst and with more perks. It's just so unfortunate. Another thing that can be done to improve the Mida combo being used together and give you more of a reason to be using them together is improving and reworking the combo system for these weapons. I think that +4 mobility and just the same sprint speed bonus isn't good enough. In fact, Mida Mini-Tool actually doesn't even have the radar up while ADS even when you're using it with Mida, which is like really unfortunate. I think perhaps an increase in lethality of some sort could be something that'd be interesting and make the weapon combo together a lot more powerful. Maybe even like a multi-kill clip perk that worked across both weapons. Like I get a Mini-Tool kill, then a Mida kill, and then I reload Mida and it buffs both of them. I can swap to Mini and then have 2 kills worth of multi-kill clip. Something like that could be maybe really interesting. Just kind of juggling around ideas here. Increasing the lethality of both these weapons when being used together could be a way of making them far more powerful than they are currently, which in my opinion isn't too powerful. Another idea I had to rework the Mida combo and make them a little bit more worth using could be to double down on the speed bonus of these weapons, especially when being used together. When using the Mida partner weapons together or the Mida combo, I think that it should push you to max mobility inherently for using both the weapons together, and on top of it, I think it should immediately push you to a third tier of sprint speed that is slightly faster than the second tier. What this would mean is using the Mida combo would allow you to achieve a sprint speed that is not achievable anywhere else in the game. It's faster than the tier 2 sprint speed of stacking a lightweight weapon with something like Stompies or Transversives, and you wouldn't have to stack it with anything. Just using the Mida combo would give you the fastest sprint speed in the game that is not achievable through using anything else in the game and does not need to be stacked with any other sort of movement speed boost to get there. It doesn't have to be much faster than the tier 2 speed since you're just getting there instantly, but again, just to make it a little bit more unique, a little bit more worth using. This would allow you to spec into other stats like more resilience or more recovery if you like, and it means that you'd be able to use other exotics while maintaining your top speed because you don't have to stack anything, so you can make a little bit more creative loadouts with the Mida combo. I know if these ideas would be overpowered or too powerful, but I really love the idea of a third tier of sprint speed boost that you'd get just by equipping them, so you don't even have to stack it with anything else. I really love that idea, and I hope something along those lines would happen to make this combo more significant. Maybe not even as strong as that, but something along those lines within reason would be really cool. But that being said, everything in this video and my opinion pieces and my hot takes are just my opinions and just my thoughts and just my ideas, so they're not by any means true. So if you disagree with something I had to say, or if you have your own thoughts on this matter, definitely put it in the comments below. And if you agree, tell me why. Put it in the comments below so we can keep the discussion going. Hopefully this stirs up a good discussion about this weapon combo, and we'll see what happens to it. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.